Hi you guys, welcome back. My name's Liz. I'm the owner of eBiz with Liz, which is an FBA website full of free resources and strategies. I also have a bunch of tools that will help you guys out, so go check that out after this video. But today I wanted to give you guys a 5-week step-by-step guide on how to rank a brand new product for keywords so you can generate more organic sales and lower your advertising costs. So if you want to learn more, we're going to just jump right in. Okay, so week 1 is getting everything set up, you guys. So the first step I want you guys to make sure you have in place is your listing needs to be optimized for this entire thing to work. And if you don't exactly know how to optimize your listing, I have a full video on Listing Optimization 101 on my channel already, so go check that out if you are still kind of up in the air on what to do. But the reason you need to have your listing optimized is because right on week 1, we are going to turn on our automatic campaign. And your automatic campaign pulls directly from your listing, so it needs to be optimized and embedded with keywords that are related to your product. So step 1 is have your listing optimized. Step 2 is turn on automatic campaign. And step 3 is you need to lower your listing price of your product below average in the market. So if you're not really sure how to price your product, you can just go to your Chrome extension and look at the average price of what sellers are selling the product for, and you want to place it below average. So a few dollars, and this just helps drive additional sales. You don't have a whole lot of social proof right now because you don't have any reviews out week 1. And then the last step of week 1 is you need to start working on getting reviews. I want you to have at least 3 or 4 reviews by week 3. Great ways to get reviews is friends, family, Facebook groups, also the early reviewer program, get that set up, and also get your follow-up emails set up at this time as well, asking for reviews. Okay, so week 1 consists of 4 things. Remember guys, listing optimization, lower your price, turn on automatic campaign, and get reviews. So that's all you need to do during week 1. Now we are going to jump to week 3. Okay, I skipped week 2 because we are going to go in 2-week increments. It takes time to collect actual patterns from your data, so you don't need to be checking up every week. You just need to make sure you are gathering real patterns and real data. So now week 3 is about finding keywords to start ranking on. Okay, so in week 1 we set up our automatic campaign, and now we need to go look at the results. So I want you to pull your advertising report, and we are going to go through the results. So go over to column that says sales, and I want you to filter that from high to low. So we are looking at the keywords that have generated the most sales. So after about 2 weeks, you have gathered enough data, and if you haven't, you need to lower your price even more. And maybe even look at optimizing your listing again. But by week 3, you should have gathered enough data to start picking out some keywords we can possibly rank on. And also keep in mind that ACoS do not matter at this point. Your ACoS will be higher because you don't have a lot of social proof, so people will click on your product, not see any reviews, and click out. That is completely normal. Don't worry about ACoS at this point because it will be high. So grab those keywords that have generated a bunch of sales, and we want to start manually looking up the rank that you have on those keywords. So copy and paste that keyword right into Amazon's search engine and find your listing. So your listing might be on page 3 or page 4. You want to figure out what page it is on and record that somewhere. So you could even keep it right in the spreadsheet. You could keep it on a piece of paper, but we need to reference this rank later on week 5. So, okay, and then the next step with these keywords that you are generating a lot of sales from is that you want to put them into a manual campaign now. So create a manual campaign, copy and paste those keywords using exact match, and you are going to bid very aggressively on these keywords. So if the bid range is $1 to $2, I want you to bid $2.05, something like that, something a little bit above average, just so you can be shown up the most, and every time someone is searching that keyword, I want your listing to be shown. This might be a little bit more expensive and your ACoS may be crazy high, but if your rank is moving up, and you will see in week 5, if it's actually paying off, then this is all that matters. We just want to get to page 1 because then your advertising costs will start paying for themselves. Alright you guys, now that we have put all of your high sales keywords into a manual exact campaign, now we are going to go find additional keywords from your competitors, your very direct competitors. These kind of competitors have to have almost the exact same product and have to be very similar to your product. And so the reason we are targeting your competitor's product is, remember, your product is priced lower than any of your competitors, so you are going to steal sales from your competitors at this time and hopefully start gaining rank on keywords that your competitors is ranked really high on. So this step requires a tool, and the tool I'm going to be using today is Helium 10 Cerebro. This is a reverse ASIN tool, so you go grab your competitor's ASIN and then you plug it into this tool, and it's going to shoot out all the keywords that your competitor is ranked really high on. So if you want to give this tool a try, I have a 50% off discount for Helium 10. And that is just eBiz with Liz 50, and that gets you 50% off the first month. So definitely take advantage of that discount and at least pull these keywords right now. So once you've pulled the report, you want to filter your competitors' keywords from the lowest rank to the highest. Lowest meaning top of page 1. So you have that filtered, and then you are going to take those keywords that your competitor is ranked really high on, and then you are going to put them into a manual campaign. And the manual campaign is going to include broad or phrase match keywords. We are not going to put them into exact because we are only putting keywords that you know you are ranking high on into exact match. So we are first going to test these out in broad and phrase match, and I want you to bid in the suggested range. You don't need to bid high or low on these, just put them in the suggested range, and we are going to let these keywords simmer for 2 weeks, and we are going to check back to see if any of them are paying off. Okay, just to recap week 3. So the first step is that you are going to be pulling your advertising report and finding those keywords that you could rank on really well. So your high sales keywords. And then 2, you are going to put those into a manual exact campaign to start gaining rank and really focus your targeted campaign on those keywords. And 3, you are going to pull your competitors' keywords and put those into a manual broad or phrase match campaign. Okay, now week 5 is all about optimizing your current campaigns. So we are going to start by refining your campaigns. So I want you to go into your campaign and filter from high to low your spending. So we are going to look at how much you've spent on certain keywords, and if there are any keywords that have not generated you any sales but you have spent a lot of money on them, this is the time where you want to turn those off. So just turn off those keywords and you will be done with that keyword. Okay, and the next step in week 5 is you want to compare your week 3 rank to your week 5 rank. So you want to make sure that you have lowered in rank. You've gotten closer to page 1 on those keywords that you were bidding very aggressively in exact match. You want to make sure that those keywords are paying off. So remember how I told you to save your rank, to save what page you were on for those keywords? You wrote it down somewhere in week 3. I want you to refer to those numbers, and we are going to look them up again. So we want to make sure that you have lowered, you've gotten closer to page 1. So maybe you were on page 5 in week 3. We want to make sure that you have gone, somewhere below page 5. So go ahead and manually look up those keywords. Otherwise, if you don't want to manually track your keyword ranking, you can actually use a tool in Helium 10 where you just plug in your ASIN, plug in the keyword, and it tracks the rank for you week by week. So it's a great tool. You don't have to keep track, pen and paper, of like what page you're on or what position you're on. It just does it for you, and so you know that you are always moving closer and closer to page 1. So it's a great tool. I've mentioned it so many times before. You guys need to get it if you haven't. So like I said earlier, I do have a 50% off discount for Helium 10 if you want to give it a try. Okay, so just to recap week 5, you have refined your campaigns and you have tracked your keywords again, and now you should be at a really good place to kind of just do maintenance work. So let's talk about that. What ongoing things do you need to do for your campaign now? So now, every 2 weeks, I would recommend pulling your advertising report and looking at new keywords you could possibly rank on. So exactly what we did in week 2 or in week 3, where we looked at high sales keywords. You want to keep looking at this, seeing if there's any new patterns that pop up, because remember, we do have our automatic campaign on, and we will keep your automatic campaign on in the long run because it self-refines and it generates new leads on keywords. And another thing you want to look at in your advertising report is that all of your keywords are hyper relevant to your product. And if they aren't, you need to re-optimize your listing and you need to add those keywords to your negative keyword list. So another thing you want to look at ongoing is refining your campaign, making sure you're not spending a lot of money on a keyword that's not generating any sales. You want to make sure that you are bidding properly on these keywords by looking at your cost per click. And then you also want to keep tracking your rank, you guys. This is the most important thing, because if you have a keyword in exact match and you are bidding really aggressively, your ACoS is going to be higher. That is just how it goes. But you want to make sure bidding so aggressively is actually paying off for it. So if you notice that on week 5, you were at page 3, and now you've all of a sudden jumped up to page 6 on that keyword that you are still bidding aggressively, well, maybe it's time to turn that keyword off and stop bidding aggressively. Maybe put it back into phrase match to see if there is a better keyword within that keyword that you could be bidding on. So make sure that you are tracking these keywords, making sure that they are getting closer to page 1. Okay, you guys, I hope this 5-week guide helped you understand what steps you need to take and in what order. I think if you follow this directly and, pay attention to tracking your keywords and refining your campaign, you will be off to a much better start than just bidding aimlessly on random keywords. If you guys want to see more videos, I upload them weekly, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also go check out ebizwithliz.com for more FBA resources and tools. I hope you guys have an awesome week. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.